Every president has accepted the responsibility to greet our fallen heroes. It doesn't matter the party. Where is their president today? Golfing. Again. He pardoned terrorists and criminals. This isn't a second term. It's Trump's second chance to end America, and it's working. So no, you're not better off. You're not safer. Nothing is cheaper. The economy is worse. Our country is in danger. Ask yourself, are you better off than you were 100 days ago? Trump came back, not to lead, but to punish. He purged loyal Americans from government.
Imagine being so triggered by a 60-second ad that you fire off 17 angry tweets in 24 hours, complete with spelling errors and all caps rants. That's exactly what happened when the Lincoln Project released their Kova parody ad, showing Trump struggling to breathe after his COVID diagnosis. The former Republican insiders behind this psychological operation knew Trump's kryptonite, his pathological fear of appearing weak or being ridiculed. They timed their attack perfectly, striking when he was desperately trying to project strength after his hospitalization. And just like clockwork, Trump's reaction amplified their message far beyond what their ad budget could ever achieve. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video.
Not up to Elon Musk. That's your data, your social security account, your tax return, your student loans, your VA health records.
But Elon has cracked the code. He is now inside the agency.
When American troops perish in the line of duty, the remains are treated with the greatest honor and quiet dignity. They are placed aboard special Air Force transport planes. He pardoned terrorists and criminals. This isn't a second term. It's Trump's second chance to end America, and it's working. So no, you're not better off. You're not safer. Nothing is cheaper. The economy is worse. Our country is in danger.
Have you ever thought about how certain people seem to have an innate ability to make other people completely lose it? The Lincoln Project's creators are like the game's Jedi Masters in that regard. Rather than being random Trump detractors, these people have a history of working closely with Trump and others like him within the Republican Party. Their whole lives have been devoted to dealing with egos like his, so they understand him inside and out. They appear to have figured out his secret codes for personality, because it all but solved Trump's biggest problems at once. The Kova ad was a smashing success. Being mocked, seeming weak, and being unattractive are the three things that the orange man hates the most. So what did they do next? A single brutal 60-second bundle contained all three. It's like they served Trump a buffet full of everything he dislikes and then made him eat it.
Every president has accepted the responsibility to greet our fallen heroes. It doesn't matter the party. Where is their president today? Golfing. Again.
Identity theft, cyber fraud, financial scams. Who has access to your personal information should be your decision.
And return to their home soil and into the grieving arms of their loved ones. 4 U.S. service members defending our interests and alliances in Europe perished last week.
It was also totally surgically timed, just when Donnie Diapers was desperate to seem robust after receiving his COVID diagnosis. They showed him gasping for air on the White House balcony, like a fish flopping about on deck. Did you remember his wild dream of pulling Superman's shirt off? It never came true. We were handed a frail old man who was having problems breathing and wheezing. Trying to come across as a tough person wasn't precisely his goal. The genuine chef kissed to the tune of Don't Cry For Me Argentina by Evita. It was no accident that song was selected. At a time when Trump wanted to seem unstoppable, the Lincoln Project purposefully chose music that was linked to death in order to make him sound sad. It was a setting that screamed, here's a weak old man on his last legs, while Trump was trying his hardest to seem untouchable and virus-proof.
Then came the tariffs, markets crashing, retirements wiped out, America isolated, weak, China winning the trade game, fired heroic generals, demanded loyalty over competence, turned the Justice Department into his revenge machine. Ask yourself, are you better off than you were 100 days ago? Trump came back, not to lead, but to punish. He purged loyal Americans from government.
These ex-Republicans know Trump's mental process inside and out. He's a mechanical genius. If his strength or manhood is attacked, he will physically retaliate. The situation is similar to that of putting cheese in a mousetrap. According to the Lincoln Project, their goal in making him look foolish was to establish a perpetual motion machine of Trump self-sabotage. They set a trap for Trumpy, and he walked right into it. An insider put it this way: the Lincoln Project basically built a Trump rage vending machine. Stop being so dramatic on Twitter and just make fun of it. As they continued to torment him, he publicly exploded, proving his instability and their point. Given how easily they may be altered, should anyone be in possession of nuclear codes? They appeared to have staged a live demonstration of the dangers posed by his character. It was nearly comical how Trump responded with 17 separate tweets in one day, several of which were in all caps with his signature misspellings and haphazardly capitalized sentences. Tweeting angry messages every 84 minutes for a whole day is the height of "I'm totally stable and not bothered at all." The orange turd couldn't resist going along with the scheme. What makes this entire approach so great is because the Lincoln Project really constructed the ideal trap, published an ad criticizing Trump of being emotionally fragile and lacking in resilience is the first step. Step 2. Witness his fragile, emotionally unstable breakdown as a result. Seeing someone have the biggest tantrum ever after you put up a sign reading, "I bet you can't throw a tantrum," is like posting a sign. They failed to prove their point as well as Trump did. They gained even more support because of Trump's angry comments. To some extent, he brought attention to the people who were trying to demolish him. His 88 million Twitter followers watched as he went completely bonkers in real time, and the media spent days covering his breakdown. The Lincoln Project may have only spent a few $1,000s on that advertising, but Trump's response gave them millions of dollars in free attention.
Let this guy steal your private data and wreck Social Security. Our allies betrayed. Ukraine sold out to Putin, turning our government into a police state, kidnapping American citizens, sending innocent people to foreign hellholes, snatching students off the street for tweeting.
What makes this whole thing so beautiful is that Trump's weakness, his ego, is unfixable. His personality is deeply rooted in his incapacity to ignore criticism, his obsession with how others perceive him, and his need to constantly project an image of strength. Along with making an impactful commercial, the Lincoln Project showed how easy it is to sway the guy running for president again. Their knowledge of Trump's reactionary nature as a result of anything that made him look weak or ridiculous was shared by these retired Republicans. They were aware that his fragile ego would be utterly embarrassed by even a mock commercial. Yes, that is exactly what happened. Even though he constantly brags about how strong and fierce he is, he has the weakest skin in politics. An idiot commercial set to Broadway music causes the purported strongman to suddenly crumble. If only our enemies in the West knew how easy it was. A man who hates his reflection found a kindred spirit in the Lincoln Project. The sight of himself looking frail and gasping for breath was too much for Trump to bear. Instead of being a defect, his breakdown was an asset. The full length of their marketing campaign. Think about it. Is it reasonable to expect someone with nuclear codes to lose it over a 60-second musical number? In all likelihood, no. Trump was the object of more than just ridicule in the Lincoln Project. As they showed, all it takes is the right bait to get the so-called strongman give up completely.